Well, howdy. Model Railroaders, how y'all doing? This is Alan, RDAN scale, and wanted to do a short video. We got mail call from Cousin Vinny. I call him my Uncle Vinny. And we got NAHX483 and NAHX 483538. And hopefully I can maneuver the camera around so you can see a little bit. You can see a little bit of the wording on there on the car. The cars roll pretty good. They on my roll test, they roll pretty good. The only little small pet peeve I might have, and I hope Uncle Vinny don't get mad at me, my only little small pet peeve is I'm not in love with the Accumate coupler. And I wished in some ways Atlas would just do away with it. I wished Atlas would. I mean, I know they're a good company. They've got good stuff, but I wish they'd do away with that dumb coupler of theirs and go with the, like on a lot of their BMLA stuff, you know, that's now Atlas, but, you know, just go with a standard microtrains, you know. It just seems to work really well. And sometimes you get a microtrains coupler that's stubborn, but sometimes these Accumates are pretty bad. And just like hooking up, you know, I had to hit the cars a couple times and it still didn't want to hook up. But, you know, other than that, I think they're going to roll pretty good. And we're gonna watch this together and just see how they do. So we on the Uncle Wilmer, I think I said that right, Uncle Wilmer challenge, we pulled 30 cars, and hope Uncle Wilmer enjoyed that. So now we're going to pause this just for a second. Or no, we're not going to pause this. We're just going to go ahead and back up. Going to back up. We'll see if we can hook up on 1982. Let's get to where the old camera there. We got her in reverse. So let's just back her on up. See if we can hook up the microtrains weathered. Think we're going to dare, maybe. Hopefully. Okay, let's go forward just a touch. See if she hooked up to the auto rack. Nope, she didn't. Let's give her another hit. Well, Microtrains is saying, I don't think so. I don't like you. And sometimes that can happen. So, we'll see if we can give some assistance with Mr. Stick. Mr. Stick. Mr. Stick. There we go. I think we got a hook. Mr. Steak. This will be Mr. Steak. Okay, let's hit forward here for forward emotion. And we'll let all the cars get the slack out of them. I don't see any body roll or anything like that. Just a little wiggle. The underneath of the cars, on the where the truck sits down. Where the truck sets down in place, there's two little, I call them dimples, and they come up, and as the and there's the tail thread, as the trucks are moving, that piece that's on the underside of the car kind of helps things. And so we're going to see how 1982 and see how these Accumates do going through the turnout. Looks like everything is pretty well okay. A little bit of jiggle, but other than the jiggle, everything is normal. Seems like the cars are pretty happy going through the corner. Of course, we're not going very fast. We just gingering. You know, we're just gingering along. That's one thing when you're on DC. You know, you either ran wide open as a monkey trying to climb up a tree, or you tried to get your train to move at a slow speed or whatever that, and sometimes it just didn't like you. So I think these cars are going to do pretty good. It's just going to be, you know, making those Accumate couplers happy. And I mean, you know, that's, any coupler can be a pain in the patooey. But I think they're going to roll pretty good through the turnouts and that. Like I say, there's a little bit of body roll. Looks like they're doing pretty good. You see him just kind of giving just a little bit of a move right there. And this is there is the Atlas car I got, and I put that's got the BMLA trucks, and the BMLA trucks, and it had metal wheels, and I put microtrains on it, and I'll tell you what, that has been a very, very, and again, Mr. Telfred, we're going to flip the switch, and we're going to bring that car up, and kind of show her a little bit more in detail. Like I say, I kind of wished Atlas would go to that standard. I might go a little bit further into another. And like I say, these look good. I mean, for me, that's fine. I don't need fancy. I mean, yeah, I've got fancy. You're going to see fancy here in just a minute. You're going to see weathered right there. Mo Packer. I've had her for a while, and I'm glad I got her. But this is fancy. Now this is fancy, dude. I'll tell you what. Slick pickle. You baby. Look at that right there. Look at that detail. You talk about some detail now. There's some detail. Man, that is sweet. And like the blue down on the bottom. We're going to go a little bit longer, so please follow along, subscribe, like, and ring the bell. And so This is my ADM, and I showed it before on my videos, and trying not to push the buttons and trying not to knock over my engines there. But I tell you what, that is some neat detail. And I mean, I guess my wish was, I wish that BMLA was still in the game, but they turned it over to Atlas, and Atlas, kept it there. Pretty well. The detail is still there. Look at those. I mean, that's where your detail is in your trucks like that. And I kind of wished in some ways, but then I also understand, you've got to have you want fancy, you buy fancy. You want a little bit lackluster, then, if you're just, you're just out there running, you just want something that goes down the track and, does pretty good, and you don't have to have a bunch of oochie coochie on it, but it's not bad to have a little oochie coochie on it. So, and of course, if I want oochie coochie, I'm gonna get old Santa Fe there, old pretty girl, there 99. Come on, camera, focus. 99,653 there. Now look at that pretty girl right there. Now I'll tell you what. Now she is sweet. I'll tell you what. Now she's a pretty little caboose. Better not talk to whatever that on my cabooses. And there's another one. There's we'll focus that in there. There's come on camera. Come on. Camera wants to be something else. Camera might get an attitude adjustment later on. But anyway, that's my other Athearn. And like I say, it doesn't matter. I'm fancy detail, no fancy detail. I mean, I was thinking about getting, and I may do that. I may get some of those cars. I was thinking about getting some scale trains cars because they're the way they're detailed. But I heard some people, I think a year ago or so, was kind of upset the way the couplers weren't, doing that well. And like I say, I think Atlas with taking BMLA over, I think they've done a real good thing. And they've upped the game, just like microtrains. Look at this microtrains caboose. Now she's not got, no chairs in there. She ain't got nothing fancy in there like the Athearns or maybe a Blueford Shops. But, what she's not with the fancy stuff, and I'm not saying that this is not fancy, but, it's still good, And so, and I'm sorry for the camera not focusing. Hang on a second here. Let's see what's going on. I think we fixed the problem with the camera. I never thought you'd have to. Thought you'd never have to get a camera to do what it's supposed to, but I've heard sometimes these all these cell phone cameras, they just don't like to, they like to be, I think they like to do things on their own. And, you've got real good light, you've got real whatever and that, but they just sometimes, you know, they need that. And of course, I know they need to be updated and all that stuff. You got to do those updates and stuff. But sometimes they just you know, have problems a little bit. So hopefully one of these days I can get me a good camera to take care of it. Anyway, we wanted to show you those cars, and we're going to back them up and show them one more time here. Okay. Be there a minute. And there we are. Again, these are the cars that I got from Cousin Vinny, and I appreciate him, and they do real well. And we're going to show this a little bit later in the video. And we thank you for watching. And Cousin Vinny, I hope you're watching this too. So we'll see you later. Please, if you haven't, subscribe, give me a like, and ring that bell. And we thank you for watching RDA N Scale. We'll see you later. Bye for now.